We're getting more news from the Xbox earnings calls. It was the Microsoft earnings calls, but we're calling it the Xbox earnings calls because that's all that we're really concerned about here. And what was said about Xbox, and the CEO spoke out and reassures investors. Here's the headline from purexbox.com. Microsoft CEO reassures investors that Xbox is focused on console, PC, and mobile. Let's go through some of these statements because while nothing is new here, if you've been paying attention, everything that he says it has been said before, but the way that he puts it together, I think, shows Xbox commitment, particularly to PC. It does seem like PC is a huge focus and then mobile. And he underscores, hey, this is why we bought Call of Duty. This is the purpose of it, so that we can expand our audiences both on the PC and on mobile. That's why Activision Blizzard, sorry, not Call of Duty. I said Call of Duty. I meant Activision Blizzard. That's why the Activision Blizzard acquisition existed. So I do think it's important to go over. I wrote down some questions that we could discuss here after reviewing this. And you might be asking yourself, well, wait a minute, if all these things have been said, why go over it again? Because of the haters. There's haters out there. And I just think it's important to clarify Xbox position. Now, you may think to yourself and you may say, well, I just disagree. I think that they're misreading the market. And you may be right. Perhaps they are. I don't think they are. I do think that Xbox is reading the market correctly. I think they're trying to create new markets for gaming, and this is their strategy to do that. It makes sense that they're focused on PC. Microsoft is the PC market. Their operating system runs the PC. It seems like a natural fit for them to be focused there for gaming. On the mobile side, Jez Gordon has said this a lot, and I agree with it. I think they regret getting out of the mobile phone game. I had a Windows phone. It was the best operating system to date. I now have an iPhone. I think iPhone is superior to Android. Just my opinion. Don't come at me. Don't at me. Don't tag me anywhere. But I think mobile is their next strategy here, right? PC, mobile, and then console. Consoles are shifting. The importance of consoles. The console market is changing. Doesn't mean that Xbox is not in consoles. In fact, Xbox has reiterated that their next console is going to be the biggest generational leap we've seen to date. We don't know what that means. It's going to be very interesting to see what that is and what that means. But let's go through this article here, purexbox.com. Microsoft CEO reassures investors that Xbox is focused on console, PC, and mobile. It's a three-way approach. Xbox is going the three-way. This week, Microsoft's most recent earnings call arrived, delivering news both good and bad for Xbox fans. Activision Blizzard is still having a big impact on revenues, while Xbox hardware isn't doing so hot right now. Yes, but everyone's hardware is down. I think that's the key. Granted, Xbox is down more, for instance, than, say, PlayStation, but everyone's hardware sales year over year is declining. In spite of a slump in Xbox sales, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has reiterated that the team is still focused on consoles as well as both PC and mobile markets. Speaking to investors during the Q4 fiscal breakdown over at Windows Central, they're summarizing what Windows Central said. Nadella addressed the current goals for Xbox right now, essentially that the Microsoft boss says that focus remains on all three major gaming platforms: console, PC, mobile, with a particular eye expanding more on PC. That's what stood out to me, is these statements seem to say, hey, we're really focused on expanding into PC and then expanding PC from there. Here's what he said. Actually, let me highlight this. Here is his quote, "For us, our investment in gaming fundamentally was to have, I would say, the right portfolio of both what we love about gaming and always have loved about gaming, which is Xbox and the content for the console, and expand from there so that we have content for everywhere people play games, starting with the PC." Now, I think that's key. Starting with the PC shows that is the priority, and it makes sense because that's your next natural fit for Game Pass. You already have Game Pass on console. Game Pass Ultimate for console is $19.99. It's a fantastic deal, the best deal in gaming. The PC version of Game Pass is $11.99. Now, the reason that did not see this huge jump, was not gotten rid of, I think eventually over time, there won't be a PC-only option. I think you keep that PC-only option to continue to focus on getting PC Game Pass subscribers. Here's the thing. Who subscribes to Game Pass? Or who subscribes to Game Pass that isn't a PC player? I have many friends, multiple friends, who don't own an Xbox, who have subscribed to Game Pass. And that is this next step. Steam got big, if you remember, and Steam doesn't even make up a huge percentage of the PC market, but they make up their fair share. Steam got big by offering what no gamer had experienced before: insane discounts, the best deals in gaming. Steam was able to build its brand. Steam was able to build its platform. And now lots of people use Steam, and they were able to cut a piece of the market out for themselves over on PC. That's exactly what Xbox is trying to do with PC players. That's why they keep that price and that option there, the PC-only Game Pass at $11.99. The sole purpose of that is to offer PC gamers value that is undeniable, and it's undeniable value. It really is. And so this statement, starting with PC, lines exactly up with those moves that they have been making. It's not the end of this article. The Microsoft CEO went on to discuss that while Xbox had the console space well covered prior to the Activision Blizzard acquisition, that deal is allowing the company to branch out more towards the huge PC and mobile gaming markets. Again, underscoring the moves that Xbox has been making, that they're no longer only concerned with consoles, that they're really trying to get into the mobile and PC gaming marketplace. That's why you go after Activision Blizzard. Remember, part of that Activision Blizzard is king. They dominate in the mobile gaming market, and you get your foot in the door. For Game Pass to succeed, for a subscription service to succeed long-term, you have to be everywhere. Think about Netflix. I know this is probably it's not tired. The reason we keep going to Netflix is because this is the example. Netflix is not available on just one device. It's not available, let's say, you don't just buy a Netflix television and then you have Netflix. That would not make any sense for that model. What you have is Netflix available on all types of TVs and on all types of devices, on PC, on Mac, on mobile. You can watch on iPad, on any other screen, computer type device, phones, tablets, the whole shot. You can watch Netflix. And that's why they have so many subscribers. You got to do the same thing if you're Xbox, and for Game Pass to succeed, you have to be on all these platforms, and that's what the Activision Blizzard acquisition did for Xbox. Here's what he said. So when I think about the Activision portfolio, it comes with great assets for us to cover both the PC and the console. And then, of course, assets to cover mobile sockets, which we have never had. Do you hear that? Which we have never had. That's a big part of this. So we feel that now we have both the content and the ability to access all the traditional high-scale platforms where people play games, which is the console, PC, and mobile. But we're also excited about these new sockets, right? Very interesting here. That's it. They're not hiding the ball here. There is no reason to wonder, what is Xbox doing with their decisions? Now, you can disagree and say, I don't think that Game Pass is going to succeed, and that's fine. But that's different than this constant, Xbox has no idea what they're doing. What are they doing? No, they do. And you can see it if you're just paying attention and you use logic. You can see, yes, first you get the content. Now you really get that engine revving, you get that content going, and you start to expand outward, and you start to go after these three markets: console, obviously, PC, and mobile. And I think mobile long-term is going to be a huge, huge play. PC is the next step. Mobile is that third step, and mobile is the game changer. As soon as the technology comes, as soon as you're able to, GeForce Now it everywhere, so to speak, then that's it. Pure Xbox, let's just close out this article. He says, of course, who is writing this, by the way? Oh, it's my man, Ben Carey. Ben Carey says, of course, we knew most of this already. Microsoft hasn't been shy in revealing that purchasing Activision was largely to expand into new markets. However, in a landscape where consoles are seemingly becoming less important, and this is not me saying it, this is Ben Carey saying it, they're seemingly becoming, everybody's recognizing this because the console market has kind of capped out and technology is in such a place that mobile and PC seem to be the places to expand in the gaming realm. It's nice to hear. So, in a landscape where consoles are seemingly becoming less important, it's nice to hear the Microsoft CEO at least mention that its investment in gaming still involves Xbox and the content for the console. As for now, how that console role will be played in the future, who knows? The team has committed to building a next-gen system. We talked about this that has a huge generational leap. Yeah, console's not going anywhere. It's just one arrow that you use in the battle for the hearts and minds of the gaming space. It's one quiver that you use to fire your Game Pass arrow. Your Game Pass arrow? Does that? I don't know what I'm trying to say there. But it's just one place for players to play games. They're trying to expand into PC. They're trying to expand into mobile. Will they be successful? I think they will. I use Game Pass every single day, and it has enhanced my gaming life and my gaming experience. Its value is nobody will deny. If anybody's denying the value of Game Pass, they're foolish. Whether or not it succeeds, I think, is the question. I think it will with the right moves. I think these are the right moves that they've been making so far. Would love to know what you guys think, though. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Where is the holdup, do you think, for people is? Do you think it's on the marketing front? Do you think that just not enough people know? I think it's just a matter of time. For instance, on Monday's video or Tuesday's video, we talked about Call of Duty on Game Pass day one doesn't get you this year's a bunch of new subscribers. It may not get you next year's a bunch of new subscribers. But I think by that year 3, over time, long term, people start realizing and asking the question, wait a minute, there's this service out there that gives me Call of Duty day one, and I don't need to pay for it individually, and I get all these other games attached to it, to this game streaming service. Oh, and game streaming is in this place that's working, and I can play cloud anywhere. Oh my goodness. And I think that long term, you start to peel off people with such a huge title and huge IP that is the Call of Duty franchise. That does us for today's video, everybody. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.